Hi, welcome to the Natives Cookery video. Today we're going to be making a Leek and Roquefort Tart. To make the tart, you will need some cream, some butter, 3 eggs, some pastry that we've made already. You can find out how to make this pastry on page 69 of the Natives Cookery book. You'll also need some Roquefort cheese, some flour and a few leeks. You'll need a rolling pin, a nice big pan and a removable flan dish. The first thing we need to do is we need to line our tray. I've got a little bit of butter wrapping here with just a little bit of butter still on there. I'm just going to grease the tray all the way around. The next thing we need to do is we need to roll out our pastry. A little bit of flour on the table. The rule with pastry is roll 3 times and then turn. Once your pastry is the right size, we need to put it into the flan tin. Best way to do this is to drape it over your rolling pin and lift it up. Then you can bring in the flan tin and then easily just drape it over the top. Once we've done that, we're just going to go around with our fingers and gently just push the pastry into the side of the dish. Now with this at the moment, I'm going to trim it a little bit, but it's important to remember that when pastry cooks, it does shrink. So I'm still going to leave a good amount of pastry around the edges and I'll trim it off after we've baked it. Now we've tidied all that up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in the fridge to cool while we make the filling. To make the filling, first of all I need to get the pan on the stove and get some butter in there. Once the pan's on the stove, the first thing we need to do is chop up the leeks. I'm going to try and go for nice golden discs of leek. I want to keep it fairly small. What we're going to do with these leeks is we're going to pop them in the pan and let them fry away in a little bit of butter. It's well worth giving the leeks a little bit of seasoning while they're frying. While the leeks are frying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 500 ml of cream and in that I'm going to break 3 eggs. And then I'm going to lightly beat them. Into the cream and eggs, I'm also going to add some Roquefort cheese. This is a particularly stinky variety of cheese, but it's full of flavour and goes really well with the leeks and the cream. Quite simply, all I'm doing is just crumbling the cheese into the cream. So what they'll do is they'll remain as whole chunks and they'll just melt out when it's baking. While the leeks have been cooking, the pastry's been in the fridge, just chilling a little bit. As you can see, the leeks are starting to brown and caramelise and go golden. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the leeks into the pastry. It's really important that we use a sieved spoon to do this, so we can leave as much as the butter behind that we cook the leeks in. So that just gets spooned in, spread evenly around the pan. And then to our leeks, all we need to do is add our egg, cream and cheese mix. I'm just going to make sure that all the cheese is evenly distributed throughout the mix. And there we go, that is now ready to go into the oven. We're going to cook it at about 15 minutes on 200 degrees. Then we're going to turn it down to 180 and cook it for around about 30 minutes until the pastry is crisp and golden and the middle's set. So our Leek and Roquefort flan is all finished. It's all golden on the top. Before we take it out of the flan tray, I'm just going to trim off the edges, nice and easy, just with a knife, pushing through it. So the tart's cooled down a little bit now. I'm just going to take it out of the tin, just putting my hand through it, and there we go. This tart can be served warm or cold. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to serve it a little bit warm. And all we're going to do, serve it with some fresh onion chutney, a small salad garnish, and maybe we'll just dress the lettuce with a little bit of olive oil. There you go, a Leek and Roquefort Tart.